Well, things are still going up and down in the league, but the FA Cup kicks off today, so let's go and see if we can have a good showing in that. Hi there folks, and welcome back to Global Domination. I'm Nick from SonickFM, and this is episode 40. Today, two games coming up, one in the FA Cup and one in the league. Now, it couldn't be two more difficult games because it is the games against the teams who are currently first and second in the league. First up, we have Kitchee SC in the Hong Kong FA Cup Group B, and then we have Eastern AA in the Hong Kong Premier League. So if we have a look since yesterday's video, or the Hong Kong First Division, sorry, to give it its proper name. Since yesterday's video, we left off with the Sapling Cup Group B game against Pegasus. We then drew 1 each with Leeman in the cup and lost 2-1 to Leeman again. We were at home in that game in the league, so not great. However, we then come back for the Sapling Cup and an absolute stormer of a game against Happy Valley, 4-3. Highlight of that being we were 3-0 down after 13 minutes. Alan Gray pulled one back and Jeremy Sanson just said, nope, hold my beer, and went and got himself a hat-trick. So we won that one 4-3. Then a draw against Leeman in the... or another draw against Leeman in the group. By that point, we were confirmed to have qualified for the next stage. So heavily rotated team against Pegasus, playing a few trialists and a lot of French players. We lost that one 3-0. But however, as said, we were already through at that point. We then played Pegasus in the league and got beat 3-1 by them. So that just shows you that it didn't matter whether it was the first team or not that was in the group, the cup game. And then in the last game that we played off camera before today's episode, we were at home against Kitchee SC and we beat them 2-0. Good solid performance, nothing spectacular, just really, really solid. I got a message from the media after the Pegasus game talking about how I would refuse to experiment, so we changed up the tactic for the Kitchee game and it seemed to work. As I said, it's really solid. Midfield controlled the game really well. We defended well too. So got the win there and we now go into the game against Kitchee in the FA Cup. A couple of new faces have come into the club since yesterday's episode as well. We brought Coatsy Hin into the club on a permanent basis. You saw him, he was there on trial. We brought him and we signed him permanently to play on the right hand side. He kind of swaps in and out with... Who does he swap in and out with? I can't remember his name. Where is he? Sort by position. Wong Kwok Pun. I didn't really need to go there because he's right there. And then we've brought in Isa Silva as well. Silva is 5-star current ability, 21-year-old from Guinea-Bissau, Guinea. Let's see. Guinea-Bissau. One too many. Can play either at the back or in midfield. We're going to be primarily using him in midfield because we've got two decent centre backs, but he can play there and cover if we need him to. He's already got 14 caps for Guinea-Bissau. So yeah, we brought him in. Had to wait. He's not played for us yet. This is going to be his first game. We had to wait until Che Hugh Jun's paperwork come through. Make sure to make Hong Kong his second nationality, so we could fit him in as another foreigner. That's pretty much it. Changes wise, click on the right thing, Nick. The only other thing is we have a player who is leaving. He's not left yet, but he is leaving soon. Just one of our youth players or fringe players, I'm not entirely sure. He's not played for us, a game for us, so he's fully off. And the club have just agreed to let us add some more coaches as well, so we'll be getting them in shortly. But with all the changes out the way, let's get into the team for today's first game against Kitchie SC. So the team is Choi Chito at the... I'll start that again. Choi Chito in goals. Fung Si Hin, Russell, Che Hyo Jun and Ko Si Hin at the back. Wong Kwok Pun as our defensive midfielder playing as a deep line playmaker. Close and Silva in midfield. Lam Hin Ting and Cohen are our wide men, with Gray playing up front, and I want to swap Gray from pressing forward to advance forward. No, I don't. I want to keep him as a pressing forward. There's a reason I was keeping him as a pressing forward. Anyway, Lam Hin Ting is playing out there on the left because Jeremy Sanson has an injury and he's not expected to return to full training for another 6 days. So Lam Hin Ting's out there. Done not too badly out there on the left, to be fair. He, as you might have seen in the schedule page, he grabbed the goal for us in the last game. Need to give Silva a number. And I think playing with this tactic, I think it's one of those things where the game wants you to change it up for a few games. So I think it's quite possible that we will be switching back to our normal formation at some point. It depends on how we do with this formation. If we continue to do well with this, then we'll stick with it. But if results are just as mixed, then we might end up switching back. But it's one of those things where the game decides, not you've been using that formation far too often. Let's make you change it up. We'll pretend. I'm going to say kid on there, my Scottish coming through. We'll pretend that the other teams have figured out how you play. But we've got an attack here. Close gets into Gray, and Gray manages to get his 12th goal of the season. I wasn't really commentating on that because it didn't look as if it was going to come to anything. We'll see it again on the replay. Pun plays it forward to Close. Close finds Lam Hin Ting on the left. He does well to keep the ball in, cuts it back to Close, who hits it first time into Gray, who just steps back from his marker and turns and hits it first time. Make it 1-0 Hong Kong. As you can see by the league table, we have Lehman and Pegasus in our group again. So the only difference between this and the Sapling Cup is that we've swapped out Happy Valley for Kitchie. And header just clips the top of the crossbar as it goes over there from Kitchie. And I'm getting a notification there that Cohen has suffered a bruised thigh. We'll keep an eye on him. We kick forward from Che Hyo Jun. Let's come back now to Ko Si Hin. Hin loses the ball, but what a tackle from Isa Silva. That was holding no prisoners. Holding no prisoners, taking no prisoners. Same thing. Ball forward now for Cohen. Looked like he controlled that with his arm, but he gets the ball in, and Alan Gray is there for his 13th goal of the season and makes it 2-0 to Hong Kong FC against Kitchie SC. These kind of performances, if we can keep these up in the league, then we are going to be perfectly okay this season. I'm currently sitting 4th in the league. We'll take a look at the league table with the next game. But we're currently sitting 4th in the league. Quite a bit behind Eastern, who are leading, unfortunately. I don't think we're going to win the league this season, but we're doing not too bad. I'm very happy with the way things are going. Keep it up, lads. And I'm trying to find a way to convince the board to turn this club professional as well. The reason being, although I don't think we're going to win the league this season, we have got the foundations of a really good team here, I think. I know results have been a bit mixed, but there's, 3 or 4 players there that can build a team around. I think we could have a really good team, but we would need to be a professional team to be able to do so, because we would need to spend money to bring in better quality players. Financially, we are, perfectly fine. We've got over 800,000 in the bank. But because we're an amateur team, we can't sign players. We don't have a wage budget. If I can convince the board turns professional, then I don't see me needing to leave this team. I can see me being able to do something with this team, because like I said, I think we have the building blocks of a really good team here. Okay, so make some substitutions here. 70 minutes gone. I'm going to bring Lee Chuk Hin on for Wong Kwok Pun in defensive midfield. Lam Hin Ting, after me saying that he's been playing quite well out there, is having a stinker. So you can come off. That's actually the change I wanted to make, I think. Yes, Lam Hin Ting for Lung Hei Long. That is the change I wanted to make. And looking at performances and fitness, I think we're going to leave it there for now. So we are still 2-0 up, so don't really need to panic too much. It's more just about fitness and making sure we see this out. With 5 minutes to go, I think we're going to. Nothing else seems to be happening. The game just seems to have died out a bit. As the final whistle goes, 2-0 victory. Good start to our FA Cup campaign. Very happy with the result that we played. And as I mentioned before, this is one of the competitions that we do want to win. So we want to do well in as well as we can here. Not like the Sapling Cup where if we went through, we went through. If we didn't, we didn't. Luckily we did. This is one we do want to do well in. I've just said the word do far too many times over the course of a couple of sentences. I said it so many times I forgot what I was going to say when I was saying that. I'd said it too many times. Right, Alan Gray, superb in front of goal last time. Thank you very much. And we will now get into our next game, which is against Eastern in the next couple of days. We'll take a quick look at the league table. As I said we would. You can see there, we're sitting in 4th place at the moment. Level in points with the Resources Capital. The Resources Capital, although they do have a game on hand. TSW Pegasus, Iron Brew Rangers also have got a game in hand, and they can potentially get up there 1 to 10 points with us. It's looking very tight at the moment. But as you can see, we're on 10 points. Eastern only lost 1 game all season. They're already on 21 points, so we're 11 points behind them. It would take a monumental collapse from Eastern and an absolute heroic effort from us to catch them and win the league. I don't think that's going to happen. But we'll see. See how far we can go. We do have the game against Eastern coming up next. So we'll be back in just a second with the team for that game. And back now with the game against Eastern AA, and there are no changes to the team. Same team that we put out for the last game. Played so well, I didn't really want to make any changes. I didn't see the need. So quickly run through. It's Choi Se-to in goals, Fung Si-hin, Russell, Che Hyo-jun and Ko Si-hin at the back. Wong Kwok Pun in defence midfield, Close and Silva centre midfield, Lam Hin Ting, Cohen are the wide men with Gray up front. And we'll just get straight into the game. This is going to be a big test for us. As I said, Eastern, not only are they currently top of the league, having only lost once, they've won the league for the past 4 or 5 seasons as well. But this is the team that, unless we end up managing them, this is the team that we're going to have to overcome with whoever we manage if we want to win the league and get out of Hong Kong. And after 20 minutes, we've not conceded, we've not had a highlight, we seem to be holding our own. Although, if we could sneak a goal, that would be wonderful. Looking at the stats, Eastern are far and away have been the better team. But we have a highlight now. Silva on the ball, plays it into Close in midfield. He long ball forward looking for Gray. Gray nods on, but there's nobody running beyond them. And now it's Eastern coming forward. Si Ho Yin has it on the left hand side for Eastern. Drops it back to Chan. Chan plays it over the top again for Yin. Yin is through on goals. And what in the name of everything was Choi Chi-to doing there? He just stood there. Chan plays the ball over. Yin ran through, made a good run, completely unmarked. Runs directly at To, who just stands there and waits for him to hit the shot before he dives. What was he doing? I have absolutely no clue what in... I can see you not playing for much longer, Choi Chi-to, if you're going to continue to play like that. I do expect to see much better in the second half. A couple of players, ratings-wise, not playing great at all. So we're going to be watching them over the first kind of 10 minutes. And if there's no improvement, we will be making substitutions. We have a corner now. Gray swings it in. Can't find a Hong Kong head though. Close picks up the clearance. He needs some support and he eventually finds Russell. Russell plays it back to Fung Chi-hin. Hin with a big long ball to nobody, straight to the keeper. I wonder if that would count as a shot. Because it certainly wasn't a pass. Russell wins the header. And Ko Chi-hin, I thought he was fouled, but Owen done well to get back and pick up the loose ball after the tackle. Plays it into Silva. Silva gives it to Pun. Pun forward to close, gets it back over the top for Gray. And Alan Gray, 14th goal of the season. What a player this man is turning out to be. 14 goals for us this season, and he's just scored the goal to level up against the league leaders. Tell you what, without him, we would be in a lot of trouble. I thought when Sanson got injured, we were going to struggle. Because it seemed to be that if Gray and Sanson didn't play well, we didn't play well. Seemed to be an over-reliance on those two. But Gray has just continued on and on. Say 14 goals for the season already for him. Cohen has it on the right, but he loses it now. And it's Chiho Yin. He drops it back and continues his run forward on the left, and he picks it up again. He's got into the box and plays it all the way back to Chan. Chan with the shot and beats Choi Chi-to. Choi Chi-to, I don't think is going to be our goalkeeper for much longer. Those 2 goals that he's conceded, he really should be doing much better. As we see here, Chan, that's more a hopeful shot than anything else. And Choi Chi-to, absolutely nowhere near it. Right, substitution time, because there are players who are playing absolute garbage. Lam Hin Ting being one of them. So Lung Hei Long can come on for him. Fung Chi-hin, you are not playing well at all either. So we've obviously got some problems on our left hand side. Ko Chi-hin can move over there. Fung Chi-hin can swap with Wong Kwok Pun and then can come off for Lee Chuk In. And Close, you are on a yellow card, so before you get yourself sent off, we're going to take you off for Mark Swainston. We're just going to make all 3 changes with 35 minutes left to play. And we are going to encourage the team. I mean, again, looking at the game stats, or the match stats, Eastern really deserving of their lead. We've got 2.5 XG to our 1.16. So wasn't really expecting to get much out of this game. I'm more annoyed at the manner of the goals that we conceded. Particularly that first one. I have absolutely no idea what Choi Chi-to was doing with that first one. But it is Eastern coming forward again on the 85th minute mark. Chan plays it forward to Pedro Zhao. Zhao back to Chan. Then Tino has it now in midfield. And on the right hand side, they're got a lot of space. And they're passing the ball nicely between themselves. If somebody could stick a foot in, that would have been nice. But Zhao with the goal, but it's disallowed for offside. We were just outplayed. there. And we're lucky that he was offside for the goal, because we could do absolutely nothing to stop that. As we move into the final couple of minutes of the game, I think this might be the final highlight. Toe kicks it out to punt. Silva's got it in midfield now. Gives it back to Che Hyun. Russell tries a long ball forward. Gray can't reach it. And it is Eastern coming forward again on their left-hand side. Wong Long Wai with it. He gives it back inside to Chan. Forward to Zhao. Lam Ho Man gives it back to Wong Long Wai and continues his run to get it back. Squares the ball across the box, and Lam Kalok is there for his first goal of the season, of course, to make it 3-1 to Eastern. I'm disappointed in... I don't think 3-1 is a fair reflection of how we played. Particularly the first half, we played really well. Second half, we kind of collapsed a little bit. I mean, after we got the equaliser from Gray, we just seemed to, I don't know, we just seemed to kind of, as I say, collapse. It's the only way I can think to describe it. I'm not happy with the performance, however. As I said, against Eastern, the league leaders who, if we look, have won it for the past 6 years in a row. Wasn't really expecting much. That defeat, however, does drop us down to 6th place. We're only 2 points clear of Lehman in 7th and 4 ahead of Happy Valley. In 8th, they have a game on hand. We're going to need to try and start picking up some victories. Okay, so again, mixed fortunes, which seems to be the way it is with this team. It's mixed, it's up and down and up and down. Some mixed fortunes in this episode. We will come back tomorrow with some games somewhere. Possibly the Lehman game in the league and the final group game against Pegasus in the FA Cup. Now, if I remember correctly, this splits. Yeah, splits into a championship and relegation group. So, the Lehman game will be the final game of the first part of the season before it splits into the two groups. So, we ideally then want to be in the top 4 by that point to make sure that we're out of the relegation picture and guaranteed mid-table finish. But that will be what we worry about tomorrow when we come back for those 2 games there, unless anything else comes up. We might be back before then if anything important comes up, but if not, that's where we'll be. And that is the end of episode 40. Now, don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any videos going forward. Upload daily at 8 PM UK time. And as always, thank you very much for watching.